CIT was developed to better prepare first responders on how to effectively respond to mental health crisis calls. Hanover County is part of a nationwide movement to equip public safety personnel with de-escalation skills, which benefits the community as well as first responders themselves.
Well, in Hanover County, we're very lucky and fortunate to have fantastic first responders across the spectrum. Our role really is to help people in need. For those that are in crisis, what we can do is, one, identify that they're in crisis, de-escalate the situation, and then provide them the resources that they need to get the help required.
Rarely do we get called when things are well. Rarely do folks call us just to say hi. 9 times out of 10, maybe 99 times out of 100, folks are calling us, and they may not have a bona fide mental illness, but many times people call us and they are in some type of crisis. Whatever way, shape, or form might be. Our first role is to protect that individual and other individuals in the area. Secondly is to assess what can we do to help. Can the officers on scene de-escalate the situation themselves, or do we need to bring in some other folks, whether it be folks from Fire and EMS, folks from the CSB, or other resources to help address whatever those needs are at the time?
When we say first responder, we're talking fire, we're talking EMS, we're talking law enforcement. And for law enforcement, it's a little bit different because our first response may be one of looking out for everyone's safety as a law enforcement officer, but CIT allows us to transition so much quicker into a caretaking role where we are able to calm a situation, talk to family members, talk to the client in crisis, de-escalate. To be fully built out, if you will, within the next year, to have every officer, to include myself, to be CIT trained. And where really the rubber hits the road for me, as much as responding to folks in crisis counts for us, and helping those folks that have some mental health challenges. I was on a accreditation visit in a state in the southeast about 2 or 3 years ago, and saw just some amazing statistics that indicated that this agency were able to reduce their use of force, especially serious instances of use of force, dramatically. And I asked the sheriff, I said, what can you attribute this reduction in the use of force? And I was thinking maybe they deployed a new, less lethal weapon or other tactics, and without hesitation, he said, oh, that's the easy answer, CIT. And he went on to explain that because his officers had been through CIT, they knew to engage those communication techniques that they may have known their entire career, maybe sometimes in their entire life, but knew how to play them well. We had really to reflect on those 4 plays and ask about rap plans and things along those lines, and to be able to really de-escalate that situation in a more skilled fashion.
Crisis intervention training is extremely valuable for helping mentally ill offenders, of course, reach a positive outcome. This is done by giving officers the tools to help direct those gain access to the medical professionals and mental health professionals that we have here on site. When a person's arrested and they're suffering from a crisis situation, what people tend to think about is just because they're delivered to the jail that the crisis situation de-escalates and ends. But in fact, introduction into a jail setting, that poses new problems for the staff as well as for the individual. So that's why it's very important for staff to receive the crisis intervention training.
CIT training is important to our agency because it provides us a skill set to interact with consumers, to understand their perspective, and really to build the relationship, confidence, and trust so that we can help them through their situation.
CIT training has played an important role in our community, and for the CSB and CSB staff, I think a cornerstone certainly is that all individuals deserve to be treated with dignity and respect, and that is a cornerstone of CIT training. Beyond that, the training gives first responders the critical resources and tools they need to respond most effectively in these calls, and we see more positive outcomes. CIT has really created a community conversation about mental illness and treating individuals with mental illness. It promotes an attitude that recovery is possible, which is vital for our community.
Collaboration benefits our community because it allows for continuity of care. Someone with mental health needs has the benefit of gaining this assistance from a single responsible agency. And because of this continuity of care and our open lines of communication between our agencies, the needs can be quickly addressed and identified in a more targeted fashion.
Being able to establish the Hanover Crisis Intervention Center has been a very positive outcome for our work around CIT. And having CIT trained officers allows us to have the Crisis Intervention Center here in our community. As we expected, as we work to establish the Crisis Intervention Center, we're able to provide a better experience, quite honestly, for those experiencing a mental health crisis. And support them and their families in a much more effective and positive way. That's an important part, again, in treating individuals with dignity and respect who are experiencing a mental health crisis.
When we opened up the facility at Bon Secours, I made the comment there that, this is something the community should have been demanding, because mental health it's one of the things, as far as law enforcement, one of those illnesses that we are probably called on at least weekly. And we need to be able to communicate better. We need to be able to provide those resources quicker. And we need to be able to do that for the family, to help that family with this issue before it becomes what we think of as a traditional law enforcement criminal justice issue. So I think we have a responsibility to do that. And I think this county, by its partnership and allowing the partnerships to go across the boundaries of what a lot of agencies, sometimes we talk about what's our turf. Once you get away from that concept, we're able to provide such more valuable service to the community that we've actually sworn that oath to serve. So there's nothing but pluses. And when I talk to my peers across the country about CIT, all I can tell them is it's been a fantastic program for us, and it's not just a program that's happening today. Every program we have at the Sheriff's Office today has been here for quite some time, because the program is a good program. And it was good yesterday, it's good today, it'll be good tomorrow.
We have 3 days of role plays for the CIT 40-hour basic class. The first day is a basic role play where we have our students go through the 4 coaching plays, and they use those in their role as a first responder. As we get to the second day, we make the role plays a little more complicated and add a few more elements, but still ask the first responders to use the 4 coaching plays. By the time we get to the third day, it's a much more complicated role play that's much more realistic and still involves the 4 coaching plays.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Scott Menzies. I work for Ashland PD. This is my partner, Daryl. He works for Hanover Sheriff's Office.
Hi.
Did you call us today?
I did. I'm Kim. My husband Bobby's inside. I'm pretty concerned. He's been really depressed, making statements like the family's better off without him, that he's no use to us. He's attempted suicide in the past by overdosing, and I learned today he hasn't taken any of his medications. I'm concerned he's hoarding them.
Okay. He's inside now?
He is.
Okay. Do you have any weapons or anything inside?
No.
All right. Well, do you mind if my partner, Daryl, goes inside and talks to him, and I'll stay out here and talk to you about his mental health history?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Hi, sir. I'm Daryl with the Hanover Sheriff's Office. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Okay. Your wife says that you're not having such a great day today.
Nope.
Can I get your name?
Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. Can you tell me a little about what's going on?
Nope, not really.
Well, you told me a little bit about it, but I'd like to hear it from you. Having a good day or a bad day?
It's been a pretty bad day. How about you?
Well, my day's not bad at all. Your wife said that you're having a depressed type day.
Yeah,
Okay, you feeling depressed about a few things?
a couple things.
Okay, you want to tell me about them?
No, not really. I mean, what are you going to do about it?
I'm here to help you out. Okay, your wife's very concerned about you, which makes me concerned about you. Well, I've got some resources. Okay, I can get you in touch with the right types of people to give you whatever help you need. Okay.
Well, thank you.
So, can you tell me a little bit about your day? What exactly is going on?
Just been a bad couple of days, you know? I mean, I got laid off from work.
Okay.
Can't pay our bills. I'm in construction, so we just had an off season.
I can see that you're very depressed. All right. I can see that you're a little bit uneasy with the state of affairs with your job and maybe some money situations. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to go down to the hospital? Maybe we can talk with our doctors, see if they can regulate your medications, potentially get you on a different kind of medications.
I guess. I mean, I don't want to, but I will. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think right now it probably sounds that way, yes. Since you haven't been taking your medications, you know, I think the best option is for you to go down to the hospital and let the doctors try to evaluate that.
I reckon so. How am I going to get there, though?
I've actually got an EMT here that's willing to come in and take your vitals, make sure everything's going okay, and he can transport you down to the hospital.
Would you be willing to go to the hospital with us?
I guess so, yeah.
And what's your name, sir?
I'm Bobby.
Bobby, would you mind if I check your vital signs before we go?
I guess so, yeah.
Everything appears to be all right. Are you ready to go to the hospital?
I reckon.
All right.
All right.
Well, the role plays give the first responders a very realistic opportunity to try out their new skills and for them to feel more comfortable with their skills so that then when they finish our class and go back out into the field and if they have a call with a mental health consumer, they have already practiced the skills that they are going to have to use on that call. And our hope is that it's a form of muscle memory where those folks are going to naturally go back into using the four coaching plays for the call that they're on.